7 GoDaddy car for Andretti Autosport. Danica, if you can, talk about this weekend IndyCar tackles the shortest oval we'll go to all season. Talk about some of the challenges of Iowa Speedway.
I actually think that the changes in this track and the way that our cars handle around here has been all for the best, even though it's become more difficult. The track has, gotten rougher over the years as the summers and winters come and go, and the cars are, just not as easy to drive around here. So I think it's good though, because it creates some separation between one car and the next. Surely it wasn't very easy to see that with our practice time, since we were all within like 100. But it's going to show in the race, because it's hard to be consistent here, because there's just a lot of load in the corners, and it's it's a challenging track to get a perfect balance on.
Thanks. We'll go ahead and open it for questions for Danica. Bryce.
Oh, sorry. Bryce Miller from the Des Moines Register. Can you talk about the transition at Iowa in particular? This in theory would be your last visit in an IndyCar, but you would know the track well in a nationwide setup. What's that transition going to be like for you?
I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if I'll be back here in an IndyCar or not. So I don't know. I don't know if that transition will happen or not. So I can't answer your question.
That's still undecided. A lot of that.
Yeah.
In theory, if you were going to make that transition, what do you know about this track in terms of how those, operating those two kinds of cars might be different or similar, or just your experience?
Everything between an IndyCar and a stock car on the same track is quite different, especially on those mile-and-a-halfs. You really notice where, in an IndyCar you're just flat out all day long, and in a stock car, you can even get to the point where you need to brake a little bit. So they're just very different, and the IndyCar does really amazing things. I mean, the wings are very effective, and they give us a lot of downforce that helps us be able to go very flat out around those tracks. So it's quite a difference between that and stock car.